You don't hear anything because I was muted. Yeah. So, hi. Welcome back, friends and fiends. We are continuing our All the Mods 9 mod pack playthrough. We have basically kind of outgrown the little house that we're in. We still have a little bit of room to expand, but we're kind of getting to the point where we need to start thinking about a big permanent base. So one of the things that we're going to do tonight, we're going to do some preliminary stuff on trying to get ready for that big move. So I see Lydia and Dancer are in the chat. YouTube is doing something weird tonight. I don't really know what's going on, but in the chat, normally I see your display name, and for whatever reason tonight I'm seeing your actual usernames. So if your username and your display name are different, I may not immediately recognize who you are. So just let me know if I don't recognize who you are. We're gonna go ahead and hop into our game tonight. Pixel is asleep in the other room. I just spent the last hour or so playing with her a lot. And she is a little bit tuckered out at the moment. So I did a big mining trip. I did a couple things. I upgraded our backpack. So our backpack now has all this space in it. And this is all the ore that I collected. So I got a whole bunch of stuff. But you can see that our little house here is getting pretty cramped with stuff. The upstairs still has some room for things. So I'm going to put a couple of chests up here. But we're getting to the point where we need to start thinking about moving to some place bigger and better. Let me make a couple of chests real quick so that we can drop off some of the stuff that is in our backpack. Take this upstairs. Let's drop all this off. How is everybody doing right now? Lydia said, Wobble, see if you can tame a jellyfish. Probably can. I just have to find one. I finally got the hotkey working for the backpack, by the way. Alright, so that's drops off a fair amount of stuff. We could probably fit one more chest in here somewhere. Of course, my wood's up here. Dancer says tired right now. I feel that. I've been kind of tired today too. All right, so we've got our inventory sorted out. Got a couple of pieces of cobbled deep slate in there, but that's okay. We don't really need to stress too much about those. And I want to grab my shovel just in case. I don't know if we'll need it, but... So yeah, we're getting to the point where we need to start trying to fill this out. Lydia is quoting Epic the Musical again. Your mom told me that she got you the mirror, the super expensive mirror that you were talking about. I don't know if it's actually come in yet. So while I was off, I did a whole bunch of mining, like I said. I also did a lot of exploration. I kind of flew around in creative mode just to see what is in the local area. And we are right here. And to the north of us, there's not really a whole lot. There's a bunch of ocean. I mean, that's really all that's up here. There are some forests and stuff, but there's not a whole lot of really interesting features in the forest. But down here to the southeast of us is this really cool big desert. And the desert here has a lot of really interesting features. It has a pyramid. It has a mansion. There's an asteroid, like a meteor collision site. There's some sort of like airship over here. And I think this is one small, tiny little village. And then there is a larger village here, right here on the coast. So I thought this would be a really cool area. And I was thinking maybe like for our base, we're going to need a really large space for this mod pack because there's just so many mods to go through. I mean, you can see the list of the mods right here. Each one of these has its own quest line, and some of them even have additional quest lines within them. So there's so much that we are going to need. We're going to need a lot of space for this mod pack. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to eventually move down into this area right here. We may end up sort of building a little home base here in this village, and then we'll start building somewhere in this area. We'll probably check out some of these sites and just explore them a little bit. But before we do that, one of the things that we really need to do is we need to get an iron farm built, and we need to get a better way to do our farming. Our farming right now, we have a couple of really productive farms for industrial hemp and wheat, and I've got some inferium growing here, but I want to get to where we can automate these farms. And there are some late game versions that let us automate farms like this, but we're still very much in the early game, so there are easier ways to do it. And one of the things that we can do are these Botany pots. And basically all we really need is we need some terracotta and some flower pots. And terracotta we can make just by smelting clay, which means we got to find some clay because I don't think we have any yet. Let's go check our inventories here, but I don't think we have any clay yet. Here's Bruno. He's our only domesticated animal at the moment. And we will definitely be taking Bruno with us whenever we do our big move. Let's check our stuff here, see if we have any clay. I don't think we do. I don't think we've really come across any yet. Yeah, I don't see any clay in the stuff that we've got so far. Yeah, so we're gonna have to hunt down some clay, which is why I'm glad that I grabbed the shovel. Wow, that's cool. We have a whale visiting us. Hopefully he's not going to be like mean to me or anything, but I'm going to go over here and visit him. Look at the scars. That's some really cool detail. Catch-a-lot whales. Hi, dude. You're cool. Not sure. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We are checking out a catch-a-lot whale that came and visited us at our little home base here. There are a couple of different types of whales and sharks and stuff like that that are in this mod pack too. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make an iron farm, and you can make iron farms the classic way, but this mod pack includes a mod called Easy Villagers. And it allows us to make an easy automated iron farm very simply. So what we need for that, we need iron, we need stone, we need glass panes, and we need a lava bucket. And then we also need a villager to put in it. So we've got pretty much all these things. We've got some glass. I've got enough iron and stone, but we don't have any lava yet. So we need to go find some of that. And while I was exploring, I did actually mark a location for a lava pool that's fairly close. Let's grab our glass, find out where it went. There it is. Glass. We need 2 pieces of iron, which are downstairs, I think. And we need to grab one of our... Oh, not cobble deep slate. We need normal stone. There we go. We'll throw this in our furnace. I upgraded our furnaces. We had copper furnaces at the end of the last one. Not sure says, you know, it'd be cool if you could build a small house on a whale and have a mobile home. That would be really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think any of the mods in this one allow you to build on creatures like that. I think there might be a mod that allows something like that, but it's not in this mod pack. But I upgraded our furnaces. They were copper, and now I've upgraded them to diamond, which has really sped them up. I mean, they're really, really fast now. So let's do... how do we do our panes? Glass pane. Stone homie, hello, hello. For those that are just coming in, YouTube's doing something weird tonight. I don't really know what's up with it, but for some reason it is showing your username instead of your display name. So if for some reason I don't recognize you, it's because you normally go by your display name and YouTube is only showing me your username. I'm not sure why that is. YouTube just being weird again. How's everybody doing tonight? All right, so that means we need to go find some lava, and I have it marked somewhere. Lava pool, there it is, and it's fairly close. Got us another bee visiting over here. Not sure says, you know what else would be cool? If the whale eats you, you can escape by doing the Pinocchio routine. That would be cool. Long week, finally wound down. Stone Homie said, had some lovely fish and chips. Gonna have brews here in a bit. Is tonight your, what is it, Dead by Daylight game? Alright, here we go. We got some lava. Let's grab some of that. I forgot to grab any food. That's not great. I wonder if there's anything around here that we can eat. Let's look for something on the trees. So we got the lava that we need to make the iron farm. Let's see, what are these? These are walnuts, but they're not grown yet. We can get, looks like some lemons. What can we do with lemons? We can make lemonade. We need to make one of these all-purpose food presses. Lemon sapling. Make a crate of lemons. Fruit smoothie. I think we'll grab a couple of these lemons so that we can try to make a lemon sapling. And it looks like we have, what do we have over here? We have peaches. Come on, there we go. All right, let's, how many of these do we need? We need 2 of them for the sapling, so we can eat 1 of them. And it's probably going to be 2 for the peaches as well, so we'll eat a couple of those. All right, let's head back to our house so we can make our iron farm. And then there's one last step that we need to do. After we've constructed it, we have to go find us a villager. And thankfully, while I was exploring... What are you? Are you another bee? Oh, you are a bee. I guess he just got pollinated because his texture just changed. Hi, Retro D. How are you doing? We have cantaloupes. That's cool. I'm gonna leave those here for right now, but well, I'll grab one of them. Let's grab one of the cantaloupes. Can make them into cantaloupe slices in our crafting table. And we can get cantaloupe seeds, 2 different types of cantaloupe seeds for some reason. We can make cantaloupe bread with some dough. Looks like there's several food options there, so that's good. Trial fan, hello, hello, welcome in. Get some figs. Why can I not harvest those? Oh, because I don't have... I apparently have to harvest them with a... I have to harvest them with a hoe, and I don't have that. That's okay. We'll come back for those. Not sure says, it's funny I played bass for 8 years and have 2 guitars and a drum set, and I can't read music. You just go by vibes? Stone Homie says, all the mods, more like all the fruit. I guess I should harvest my my sugar cane real quick. All right, so let's make our iron farm. We do those, we do that, and then the last one is the lava bucket. I think we get our bucket back. Yes. All right, so we have an iron farm, but we have to have a villager for it. So while I was out exploring, I actually found a couple of villages in a few different places, and some of them had teleporters nearby. And so this is one that I just found somewhere out in the wilderness. So I grabbed it and I put it here next to the house so we can actually teleport to where we need to go. And this one is fairly close. There's actually a village, where's it at? Yeah, the village is just north of us, so we'll go up that way. Let's see. Lydia is asking Child if she listened to Epic the Musical. Child, you're a little obsessed. I'm gonna need you to pay me $1 every time you mention Epic the Musical. I would be a rich man in about 5 minutes. I guess there's worse things that you could be obsessed with. Not sure says, I don't watch things, so I'm ignorant. No TVs, no movies. I don't really watch a lot of, like, TV. I do watch movies occasionally. But usually if I'm watching movies, it tends to be stuff I've already seen. Like, I don't really watch a lot of new movies. Usually if I'm watching anything, I'm watching YouTube. I spend a lot of time following different YouTubers. So this is a cool village. One of the things I like about this mod pack is it has very different types of villages. So this one is built like in the jungle up in the trees, which means that I gotta figure out how we're gonna get up into it. I found the village, but I haven't gone into it. I haven't explored it yet. We have cocoa here. That's cool. Let's grab some cocoa seeds so that we can use those later. Stop. Forgot that this place is sticks, so you can't just use them. We have iron golem here. Hi, dude. Let's see if there's like a stairwell or something leading up. Okay, terracotta. I don't know if we can use colored terracotta for our botany pots or not. I'm not sure. What are you? Oh, you're a leaf cutter ant. Hi, guy. You're cool looking. He seems friendly. He's not like trying to eat me or anything. Leaf cutter anthill. Okay, so here looks like maybe a stairwell. Uh-oh, we got a spider down here. Yeah. It's the only problem with having a place that's built on the ground like that is... How do I get into this place? There's not like a door. Strip jungle log. I don't see a door. Not sure if I can actually climb up that. Stonehomie says, Lydia, if you like musical, you should go watch the Ninja Turtles musical. Not sure says, same, I also watch a lot of YouTube. Trial Fan says, bump your music up just a little bit. How's that? Alright, let's go up this hill and see if that gives us a way up into this, village. Looks like it might. Not sure says, I used to go on this app called Okocha and watch live streamers. I made a couple friends there. The stream I watched the most was a woman named Kim Azule, and her stream was a music karaoke show. She even had a puppet. That's cool. All right, there we go. Now we've made it into the village, and we have some treasure chests. There's a jukebox here. All right, we can grab some cookies and some potatoes and more cocoa beans. We'll grab the jungle sapling just because I want some different types. Experience iron pickaxe. I don't really need that because I've already got a good iron pickaxe. And I'm not really interested in the gems at the moment because I just don't have any. I don't have any any gear that has gem slots in it. Crafting table. Another treasure chest. More potatoes, more cookies. Let's go back down. Stonehomie said, back to Excite Bikes. Alright, what's down here? We have campfires, furnaces. There doesn't seem to be very easy connections between... Oh, there's the door. Okay. So we have these catwalks here. So these are villagers, and we need to yoink a villager. And the cool thing about that is you can just shift, right-click, and pick him up. So now we have a villager. And let's stick him in our iron farm real quick. Place our iron farm down, and then right-click with the villager, and now he's here. And eventually what happens is a little tiny iron golem will spawn in here, and he'll fall into the lava, and it'll give us iron, and it'll give us occasionally poppies. But we're just going to pick that back up and take it with us. Dancer says kidnapper. Well, you know, It's easier than putting him in terrible danger with a real zombie. So, nothing really interesting up in this one. Okay, let's go this way. Stonehomie said, "Why do they look like tacos, though?" I think every like type of village has its own design for the villagers. Okay, so far I'm just finding potatoes and cocoa beans, which I mean, cool, but I want some better gear. Let's find some better stuff. Potatoes and cookies. There's got to be like some sort of a shop or something in here that has some better gear. Have bread and leather gloves, which I think I actually have some gloves already. Yeah, I'm wearing chainmail gloves, which are slightly better. Dancer says, "Listen to No Longer You," edited by Willow. Stonehomie says, "If that's another Epic the Musical song, Lydia, I'm getting the garden hose." Not Sure says, "I've also recently spent way too much time listening to AI classical soul covers of rock songs." Man, I'm not with the AI music. It just doesn't sound right to me. It sounds terrible. I really hate how AI generated stuff is making me so suspicious of like the media that I consume. So I started playing Where Winds Meet, which is like a wuxia MMO, so like Chinese literature type stuff. Think of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, different stuff like that. And I really like the game. The gameplay is great. Oh, there's a cauldron there. Let's steal that, because we might need that. The gameplay is really great, but there are a couple of things that make me kind of suspicious about it, because it's like there are these NPC chatbots that you have to interact with, and the goal is to convince the chatbot that you're its friend, and then they will eventually like start sending you gifts. The problem is that it works about as well as some of these chatbots work, so they don't actually, like, they'll say that, hey, yeah, we're buddies now, and then they won't actually do anything. So you've just kind of wasted a whole bunch of time talking to them. Really not finding a lot of interesting stuff in this village. I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping we would find, like... Okay, what's this? This has a different style roof. It has compressed brick slabs from Pneumaticraft. Okay, cool. What do we got here? We have an omnidirectional hopper. We have a chest full of compressed iron ingots, pressure tubes, turbine rotors, blast-proof chest, which reserves its contents when broken. We're definitely going to take those. Charging station, air compressor, and display table. Pressure tube, pressure tube. Yeah, we're gonna pilfer all of that, because that will probably come in handy at some point. Stonehomie said, "I saw Crouching Tiger in theaters when it came out." Not sure says I saw Jurassic Park, the original one, at the Mansfield Drive-In when it came out. Anyone else remember drive-in theaters? We actually have a drive-in theater somewhat near me. I think it's still in business. That shows it shows a whole bunch of like older classic films and stuff. It's really cool. All right, let's dump all of this into our backpack. Got some diamonds, gold. Don't really need the sticks. All right, here we go. We have brass, more bread, manganese ingots, and steel ingots. Take the grindstone. There's a fletching table already near our base, so we don't need that. Oh, here's a guy in a white coat. Let's see what he is. Villager, computer scientist. We can get a monitor or a peripheral casing. I think we're not going to bother with that right now. Trial Fan says, I saw the original Halloween at a drive-in. It was such a cool... What? I think you mean like such a cool way to see it. There we go. So we can buy some pressure tubes or a PCB blueprint. I don't have enough points for that. Everybody's like all stacked up right here. You guys, like, stop making out and let me talk to each other. Fisherman, pressure tube. There we go. Not sure said the Wheel of Death is what we called the merry-go-round. We have iron bars, which we kind of actually need. I don't know if I want to let this guy go, though. There's a rat cage and a rat attractor and a rat trap. And nothing in the chest. Let's take the rat trap. And we'll take the rat attractor and the rat cage. And hopefully this wolf is not hostile, but we'll find out. Because I need these iron bars. He seems like he's okay. I hear zombies, but I think they're down on the ground. Because I don't think they can get up here. Not sure says there's a beach near here where you can go in the summer at night and they bring out a big screen and you can watch Jaws or the Goonies depending on the night you go. I love that. That is cool. Watching Jaws on the beach in summer at night is... that sounds fun. Another jukebox. I don't think there's going to be much in this one. Maybe some more cookies and potatoes. Yeah, nothing really up here. Who are you? You have an outfit. You're a fisherman. You get a bucket of cod. I've already done this one. There's a barrel. Has a sturdy bee cage. We'll take that. And an emerald. I guess we'll take the coal. I don't really need it, but since we're here. Right, let's go back around this way. Get a stone cutter. Take that with us. Did we pick it up? Yeah, there we go. Whoa. Okay, here's the computer stuff. Some turtles. Turtles are like little robots, and you can program them. I'm gonna leave this stuff here just because I don't really know anything about the computer craft mod. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with it, but it does require like some actual programming, and I don't know enough about that programming language to figure it out. I don't actually even know what language it is programmed in. So I'm gonna leave this stuff here, but it's good to know that it's here. So I'm gonna make a waypoint just so I can come back to this when I need to. That way I'll know that it's here. If I get to the point where I'm using that mod, we can come back and get that stuff, because that looks like a lot of really cool materials there. Not Sure says, did you know if you took all the people on Earth, clustered them individually in 3-foot by 3-foot areas all together, they would fit in Connecticut? Really? I guess I figured they would take a lot more space. Is that counting vertically? Like 3-foot by 3-foot areas? Or is that just laid out? It's about 4,500 square miles worth of people, and Connecticut is about 6,200. Huh. I did not know that. Let's eat some cookies. Going to eat some cookies. Wait, I already went this way. Sort of. Yeah, I need to go this way. There we go. More potatoes, cookies, and cocoa beans. And more of those. I really should probably grab a bunch of these chests, but oh no. The problem with this village is that dude just went, he just dropped himself out of the village. Beds. There's a loot chest. More potatoes, more cookies. So we'll be stocked up on cookies and potatoes for a while. Looks like there's another rat space over here. Ooh, 8 emeralds. That's a lot. I guess it's worth checking up the stairs on these just to see if there's a chest up here. Because, I mean, they can have a fair amount of emeralds in them sometimes. Nothing. Trying not to throw myself out of the village like that one guy did. Looks like another one of these pressure places too. We can get an air canister and a block of compressed iron. I think we're gonna let's check out the air canister and see how hard that is to make. That might be worth buying. Wait, his trades just changed. No. Okay, never mind then. Reinforced chest. Has a bunch of logistics cores and compressed iron ingots and transistors. Take that. We'll take the omnidirectional hopper. Take the air compressor, charger, and all the rest of this. Alright, we'll do the same thing with the rats. Grab the rat trap. Nothing in there. There's no wolf in this one. I think that is pretty much just about everything in this village. I think we've already raided this one. I could be wrong. Nope, there's another one here. Okay. This one has heat pipes, aphorism tiles, a smart sign which can store and display arbitrary amounts of text, scaled so the text will always fit. Right-click with empty hand to edit the tile. Right-click with any die to recolor the tile. That's kind of cool. Amadron tablet. Right-click in inventory to allow it to provide items to vendors. Right-click a tank to allow it to provide fluids to vendors. Insert in a charging station to install upgrades. Amadron tablets are used to order items and fluids similar to villager trading, except trades are delivered via drones, which is way more awesome than villagers. Pick-up and drop-off locations must be specified by right-clicking in inventory and or tank with the tablet. That's cool. And we got some air canisters, so that's nice. Got a lot of these charging stations and air compressors, so that's, I guess that's kind of cool. This guy is like trying to get back in, so let's help him out. There you go, dude. Welcome back to the village. All right, nothing more up here. This part of the village is kind of in a weird spot. This village is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Another pneumaticraft room. This has basically more of the same. It does have a gem. Guess we'll take that one. For some reason, there's like a bunch of dirt on top of this part of the village. I guess they had a landslide. It's a cow! Hi, cow! Moo cow. I guess I've already checked these out for some reason. Did we loop back around? I guess we looped back around. I don't know. Okay, I guess we did. How do we get down from here? I guess we could just jump it and hope that we don't die. Oh wait, we have water. Let's see if I can pull this off. Nope. I've never been good at that. Why are you following me, dude? There's a cool structure over here that I want to go check out. It may have some monsters in it, I don't know. But it's like this, oh, no! Ooh, that was close. Well, we fell down into a dark place. That's not good. Let's see if we can get out of here. All right, well, I was gonna try to go up to this this domed area over there. I think we might still be able to make it over there somehow. swim across here, and while we're going across, we'll look out for any clay, but I don't see any. This looks like it's all dirt. There might be some clay up here. I think that's clay. Yeah, there's some clay right there. You feel like something is chasing you. I still don't know what that actually means or what it does. I gotta figure out what mod that is. I gotta Google search it at some point. Alright, let's grab the clay. Didn't really see a whole lot. There's some more. This is salt. It's getting dark, which means that there's gonna start being monsters and stuff for us to contend with. I need to make some armor at some point. Ooh, bamboo. The perk about being in jungles is that you can kind of climb around things. Alright, so here we go. We made it to the structure. It's like, it's bone. Okay, what are you? I saw you flying around. Jungle creeper. No! Nope. Go away. Grab the bone block. Okay, is there a way into this place? I see the lantern. I see the bone blocks. Looks like maybe a stairwell here. Ha! There we go. Cool, here's a room. Let's see. We gotta keep our eyes out for like any kind of monsters in here, because I feel like this is the type of place that might have some sort of spawner. There's a loot barrel full of cool stuff. Let's see what we got in here. Iron sword, leather boots, bones, enchanted book with leech and sharpness. We'll definitely take that. Let's drop this stuff off into our backpack. Gem of arcane recovery, silver ingots, rotten flesh, oak sapling, gold nuggets. Actually, not that much interesting in here. I guess we'll leave that one. There's a stairwell going back up, but I want to go around here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, there's a barrel. Lots of iron ore, which we really don't need anymore because we have the iron. We have the iron farm. The diamond gloves is nice, so that's an upgrade over the chainmail gloves that we're using. That gives us 75 attack power. Smithing template, ancient tome, increases damage to water-based mobs. Looks like it's enchantment for our trident once we get one. We'll take that. Shield bash empowers damage done by shields. Intelligent leather pants. I think we'll take the smithing template and we'll leave the rest of this. Alright, let's go upstairs because there is a way up. Oh, it's even darker up here. Lots of chests, though. Protection. Dark oak sapling. Black lotus. Take that. And take the gunpowder. Take the bread because we'll probably need it. Might as well take the saddle. Leech and longevity. I don't know what longevity does. Curable wounds, more bread. Where are my torches? As it's getting so dark, I can't see. Let's light this place up a little bit. There's a couple more chests over here. Trial fan said, Wobble, I feel like you need to actually use the word Minecraft in your title. More viewers last time. What do you think? Yeah, I probably do. I guess I didn't put that title in there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Let's tweak that real quick. I think I can edit it while we're live. I hope. Yeah, there we go. It probably won't show up for you guys until you refresh, but I tweaked the title and added Minecraft to it. We got the Ricochet enchantment. Projectiles fired by the slingshot will bounce off of different surfaces. That's cool. Gem of Familiar. These rare magic gemstones will allow you to bring to life your last dead familiar. That's cool. I didn't even know we could get familiars. There's another name tag in case we get another creature. We have music disc, which we probably should have grabbed one of those jukeboxes, but I don't think they're very... I don't think the jukeboxes are very difficult to make. More diamonds, always good. Efficiency, gotta grab that. Oh, hi dude. It's the Wandering Trader, who is suddenly invisible. He has a globe, a Pathfinder's quill. Not really much that we're interested in right now. I don't know what the Pathfinder's quill does, but I don't really know if I want to spend 9 emeralds on it just yet. I guess that's all that's up here. I don't see anything else. I was actually kind of hoping there would be a bed so that we could sleep until the next morning. All right, so we need to make our way back to our home, which means that we need to head south so that we can get back to this teleporter. That's going to be the easiest way to get where we need to be. There are a couple of other little things out here, but nothing that I want to go check just yet. Because I want to get, like I said, I want to get things ready for us to move our base to a new location. Hopefully, yeah, there's skeletons. Let's try to get down to the water. That'll be safer. Looks like more salt. I really would like to find at least one more space with clay. Is that clay over here? I think it might be. Nope, more salt. There's a lot of salt. I don't know why there's a lot of salt. Okay, we gotta figure out how to get back up this way. It is turning daylight on us again, so that's good. Oh, here's Zombie. Where is he? There he is. No, no. Whew. Oh, we're low on health. Gosh. I need some health to regenerate quickly. Where are you? Mystical flower. Oh, I shouldn't have fallen there. Alright, let's zip across here. Hopefully nothing will spawn in the dark down here. And we'll go to that teleporter so that we can get back home. Looks like maybe some more peaches up ahead. Cutter ants. Glad those guys don't mess with me. Oh, let's grab our book back up. You move slower through the tall grass here, and while eating. Try not to fall down into this pit. Looks like there's a couple of little pieces of ore and stuff down there, but nothing that's interesting to us right now. Is everybody excited for Thanksgiving? Those of you who are in the US. More clay. Yay, that's what we need right there. Oh, there's a lot here. Let's just grab as much of that as we can. Started drowning there for a second. Don't mind me, just a little bit of drowning. A little drowning never hurt anybody. Oh gosh. Except for me. Dancer says looking forward to dressing. Yes. Dressing is one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving. I'm also really looking forward to deviled eggs. There's a lot of clay over here. I'm going to mark this spot. I don't really want to fill up my inventory with clay, but there's a lot over here, and I will probably need it later on. Alright, let's get... looks like there's our teleporter. And it actually looks like there might be a chest over that way. Go check that out before we head home real quick. Salamoniac ore and coal ore. Trial fan said, I want pumpkin pie with my coffee. Yes, definitely. Looks like it's a little boat with a guy on it. Hi, guy on a boat. Let's see, how do we get onto your boat? Okay, if I do this, I want you to not go flying off the edge of the boat. Ha! There we go. No, don't go off your boat. Bucket of cod and coal. There we go. Alright, now you should stay on the boat, I hope. Let's check out the barrel. Some fish, a fishing rod. Wow, with Unbreaking 3 on it. That is nice. That means the durability on it will last a lot longer. So that's very useful. Okay, that's cool. Well, we'll take your stuff, dude. Anyway, we're going to go back home. A lot more clay in this this section here, too. It's a flying fish. Hi, flying fish. Once we get our base built, we'll start working on building our zoo. Alright, and we are teleported back home. And our whale is still hanging out. Hi, dude. I wonder if you can domesticate the whales. Oh, he just ate a squid. Alright, let's go in here. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our... We're actually gonna stick our iron farm on the wall. And now that we've got it placed, these guys should start producing... they should start producing iron force. It's fairly slow to start. We may actually want to get a second one of these built at some point, but it'll do what we need it to do for right now. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I will be back. And when I get back, we will get started on botany pots so that we can automate our farms a little bit. I will catch you guys in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. There it is. Okay, so we made pretty good progress with all that. There's a zombie out there somewhere. I hear him. Oh, wait. The problem with these iron farms is you actually do hear zombie sounds, and they kind of trip you up. So ideally, I would want to put this somewhere kind of further away, but I can't do that right now. So right now, it's just going to have to be right there. And I'm going to have to be careful not to get jump scared by zombie sounds. Anyway, Bruno will probably take care of any zombies that do show up around here as best as he can on his leash. So we got a whole bunch of stuff at that village. Really not as much clay as I thought we would, but that should be plenty for what we need. Let's grab a couple of these things. I don't know what that was. Curse of Bones, chance to reflect damage when hit. So that's a pretty cool enchantment. We got some stuff to get started with rats, so that will be interesting. Interact while having a rat on your shoulder to deposit it in the cage. Interact again to release rats. Rat traps. I don't know what the rat traps do. I'll have to look into that. And then we also got a whole bunch of stuff for the pneumatic craft mod, which basically lets us use compressed air for various things, which is probably going to end up being one of our first forms of power, now that I think about it. I don't know enough about that mod, so we'll save that for the next we'll save that for our next episode, and I will do some study on that. One of the things, I'm really glad that we found the iron bars, because when we move, we're going to have to take Bruno with us, and taking him manually is going to be a pain. But there is an item called a mob yoinker, where we can just pick him up and put him in our inventory. And to make those, we actually needed some iron bars, so that will be very helpful. But the thing that we want to do right now is we want to start getting some automated farming. And to do that, we're going to need to make some pots. Let's see how we make flower pots. We need to make bricks, and we need to make clay. So that crunchy sound you're hearing is our iron farm working. It's slowly killing the iron golem in it, and now we have some iron. Yay! One of the things we can do later on is we can actually hook this up to like some hoppers or some pipes to automatically pull that iron out of there and put it in a chest. We'll do that at some point in the future, but for now we're just going to worry about sort of doing things manually. All right, so we're gonna make our clay, and we got some bricks going for our flower pots. The clay turns into terracotta. Thankfully, these all go pretty quickly in these diamond furnaces. I need to actually add some more coal. Where's all my coal at? Go ahead and sleep since it's nighttime. Stone Homie says I'm off for some Dead by Daylight. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us, Stone Homie. So we grab those, and we grab those, and we can make a... Oh, we need to make the flower pots first. Okay, so we stick our flower pot here. Our terracotta goes there, and that makes a botany pot. But we're going to go ahead and upgrade this botany pot even further. We are going to make a a hopper botany pot. And to make that, we're going to stick... no, that's not what we need. We need a couple of logs, too. So that makes a hopper. We put the hopper with a botany pot. And what that's going to do is, as the crops grow in the botany pot, they're going to automatically be outputted to the inventory beneath it. We're going to make a barrel, which is slabs. We've got a barrel. We also need some dirt. And then we need to grow something. Let's see what we're gonna grow. Let's grow some... I'll tell you what, let's actually grow... if I can find my saplings. I think maybe you're up here. Or they might be in my inventory. Yeah, we have jungle saplings. That'll work. Go up here to our composter. We're going to place down our barrel. We're going to place our botany pot on top of the barrel. And then we're going to put a piece of soil and we're going to put a sapling in it. And what we'll see is very slowly this will grow and it will automatically drop the wood from it into the barrel. You can see it growing. It's more obvious on some things, but you can see it growing right there. It's growing slowly. We're gonna grab a couple pieces of our bone meal, and we can actually bone meal this and grow it faster. And then we have basically a automatic wood generator, which is great for our fuel because I'm kind of running low on coal. So we'll actually be able to make charcoal from that very easily. So we can make a whole bunch of these and we can put them all over the place. This will actually be more useful when we get into back into our desert environment down here, where some crops don't grow quite as well. They'll grow just fine in the botany pots when, you know, we don't have to have like actual fields of dirt to grow things on. So that'll be super helpful when we get down here. The other cool thing that we can do with these is there are various types of farmland that we can create. And we can actually, the ones that we're really interested in are these from the Mystical Agriculture mod. The Inferium, Prudentium, Tertium, Imperium, Supremium, all of these types of farmland provide a growth, what's the word I'm looking for? Growth benefit, like they grow faster. So we can actually, instead of using dirt here, we can actually put some of these into there and make them, and then that'll make these things grow faster. So like the dirt just grows at 1x speed. I think once we get into, I think Inferium is 1.5. And then it scales up from there. So, and to do that is actually fairly easy. We're gonna grab some of this. We're gonna grab some of this Inferium that we have right here. We're gonna go find our hoe because I think it's down in one of the chests. There it is, copper hoe. and dirt. So if we take a piece of dirt and our hoe, and I think it's 2 pieces of... Oh, it's just 1. Okay, it's just 1. We can turn this piece of dirt into Inferium farmland. And let's go drop that into our botany pot and see what the speed benefit is. Unfortunately, the botany pots do not gain the benefit of the lily pad of fertility. So for like the farms that you want to do a lot of in bulk, the lily pad of fertility is probably a better growth benefit. It's just that trying to automate large farms like this takes a little bit more resources than these botany pots at the moment. So later on, we'll rely more on different things. But for now, we're just going to swap this out. Yeah, it's only a 10% increase in our speed, but that's still pretty good. And we can actually expand these into, like I said, the other soil types and get even more of a growth to it. So this one's going to be fairly slow just because the saplings grow slowly. But there are other types of things that grow a little bit faster. And you will get like all of the different things that come out of it. So like these, you get not just the, you don't get just the hemp fiber, you also get the seeds. If you put these in the botany pots, that will actually go into your inventory as well. And the cool thing about it is once it's in a chest, you can use hoppers, you can use pipes or whatever to get it out and you can process it. And it becomes one of the first steps in automating your garden production, which is cool. All right, so let's grab, we have grapefruit. And let's make some baked potatoes. Go ahead and make a couple more of these botany pots. Make some more of our Inferium essence, our Inferium farmland. Make 2 more of those. And then what do we want to grow? Let's see what we got. We have onions, peanuts, strawberries, eggplant, wheat. Let's do the onions and peanuts. I think that'll be fun. I don't actually have to put these outside. The cool thing about botany pots is they, as far as I know, they're not reliant on sunlight. So you can actually put them wherever, but for now I'm just gonna stick them here. So we got onions. And we've got peanuts. I'll put little labels on these at some point. Yeah, you can see right here that they grow quite a bit faster. The crops do. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to upgrade to these different types of farmland. That may be something that we try to do in our next episode. Not really sure. There's also some different other types: turquoise, lunar, rich soil, fertilized farmland, different types of fertilizer that allows you to do those. I don't know if you can use these in botany pots or not. Golden egg creates a 5x5 area of delightful dirt used on grass, dirt, mycelium, or farmland, created from nutritious chicken feed. Alright, so we have an onion. And a peanut. We'll get more of those later, but as long as we are nearby in the area, these things will be growing. Let's go hit the bed real quick and see what we can make with our newfound foods. I want to make a couple of there we go. Oak saplings. We picked up a couple of different types of fruit and veggies. Because we got the grapefruit, peaches, lemons. So I want to make a couple of these into saplings, and saplings. Now we'll have access to all of those nearby. Apparently you can't just roast the onion by itself. Which I guess makes sense. Not many people want to eat just plain roasted onions. I don't mind them, but shulker meat and various types of eggs. You can make a shulker omelet mixture. Make tacos. For tortillas, we need to start growing some corn, which we actually have some corn seeds, so we could start doing that. Which means that really our next step, which we'll probably wait till after we get to a new location, we actually can build a kitchen. And the kitchen's really cool because what it allows us to do is we can dump all of our ingredients into the storage, and the kitchen will automatically tell us what we can make using those ingredients. I hear a spider somewhere. I hear it, but where is it? There he is. Come here, spider dude. I don't like you being close to my house. They don't actually attack you during the daylight, but I don't want them there. Alright, we'll do our peach sapling. Right there. Grapefruit. And how many spaces we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do our lemon sapling. Let's go grab some of our bone meal. Oh, those peaches went really high up there. Or grapefruit, I guess. I'll have to build me a little scaffolding to get up to the grapefruit. Alright, so now we have access to peaches, grapefruit, and lemons. So our little farm is growing. Again, I don't want to get too involved in this area. Not that we're going to shut this area down. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably use a chunk loader here so that even when we're not close to it, it'll still be producing. And we will eventually automate this so that it goes into an ender chest, which ender chests are really cool because if you have one in one spot and you have one in another spot, as long as they're the same color, they will share the inventory. So we can automate stuff here to place stuff into an ender chest and then take it out basically wirelessly in wherever we end up building our base. Can we do anything with peanuts? What can we do with them? Make peanut butter, which is another reason for us to make that all-purpose food press. Because there's several, we can make juices and several other things from the types of material that we have there. We can do a jar of peanut butter. Really not as many recipes with the peanuts as I expected. Huh. I really figured there would be more that we could do with peanuts. That's disappointing. I mean, basically the only thing it lets us make is peanut butter. It won't let us make boiled peanuts, really? I'm disappointed in you, Croptopia. Or thermal cultivation, I guess. Thermal cultivation is slacking on the recipes for peanuts. All right, let's go ahead and eat these peaches. Let's go cook our fish. Can we make anything with this? We can make a puffer fish. That's a little terrifying. Taking a cooked cod and 4 bamboo. Make a fisherman's hat. Or stuffed peppers. Interesting. Alright, so we have pretty much accomplished what I wanted to set out to do tonight. I think we are in a good spot. We've got our automatic iron generation. You know what? Let's make a puffer fish just to see what it does, because we have some bamboo now. Where'd our bamboo go? We needed 4 pieces. Can make a puffer fish with these 4. It's a disgusting snack, but can we cook it? We can. We can actually use a knife and we can make a raw fish fillet. We can make sushi out of it. We don't have any seagrass, though, or rice. Oh, okay, so wait, what does this mean? We have a puffer fish, but if we add bamboo, it turns into a puffer fish. And that's even scarier, I think. I don't even know what that means. We can make a fish big, whatever that is, out of more puffer fishes. There's actually quite a few things that we can make with puffer fish. Trophy, a flesh plunderer. Poison bucket. We can make some potions with it too. We can make a potion of water breathing. That'll be nice. So the cool thing about the potion of water breathing is while I was exploring, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot up to the north of us, but there is this weird little section right here. And from what I could tell while I was flying over it, I think it is a village that spawned, and then the world generation spawned a ocean on top of it. So I don't think there's actually any villagers in it, but there is actually like chests and stuff down there. So that would be cool to explore. There's also some sort of structure here, which I think might be some sort of a temple or something. This is like an oil spout. And then there's a pirate ship over here. And just a whole bunch of other stuff. There's also this really big, like, underwater temple type thing. So the potions of water breathing made from pufferfish or other fish. I don't think they have to be pufferfish, to be honest. I think they can be any kind of fish. Will be something that we really want to get into at some point. Maybe they do have to be pufferfish. I don't see... the normal cod doesn't work for... those. So we'll just have to see. Cool. Well, anyway, we are, like I said, at a good stopping point. So that's going to be our stream for this evening. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. It was a lot of fun. We got some more iron production. We got a lot more food production. And probably on this next episode, we will try to start getting into moving our base of operations somewhere in this area in here. I think we're going to do sort of like a little desert kingdom kind of thing going on. We have a lot of materials that I've gotten from my mining trips. I think we might build like our own pyramid base of some type. I think it might be really, really neat because we're going to need a lot of space for this mod pack. There's a lot that we need to do. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I will be streaming on Sunday. I'm not really sure what we're going to do yet. We might be back in Slime Rancher on Sunday. I normally do retro games on Sundays, but we haven't played Slime Rancher in a couple of weeks, and I'm really kind of looking forward to playing that one again. So I think that's what we're going to do on Sunday. My plans for next week, here in the US, next week is Thanksgiving. I am doing family stuff on Thursday, which is not normally a stream day. So I don't think it's going to impact my stream schedule any. I am kind of expecting that viewership will be down a little bit next week just because, you know, people are out doing stuff. So, but I will still be streaming Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays next week. And then, like I said, we'll see you on Sunday for Slime Rancher. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.